roasted Brussels sprouts with a mustard vinaigrette. And the few things that we'll talk about is the vinaigrette and the Brussels in terms of how you're cooking them. And the main thing with the Brussels is I like to blanch them first. So blanch them real quick, salted water. You get some of the salt in there, but ultimately it's going to allow you to char them up without drying them out.
Nice.
The other thing I would say it's really important about it is, and then back a little bit, but I find that it really does need about a quarter of a cup for a pound of Brussels. And we're going to put these in and then basically just let them start caramelizing. We added a little bit of salt when we were blanching them. We're going to add a little bit of salt as we go now. And each step as we cook them, we just add a little bit more so it imparts the seasoning into them. So these we're going to start roasting. I've already gone ahead and roasted some in the pan beforehand, so you can kind of see where we're at. We have really dark, crispy. They're caramelized. They're still creamy. They're not dried up and shriveled. And so at this point, we're basically ready to finish these. So I'm going to add my butter. If you don't want to use butter, you could add a little bit more olive oil, but you do want to put a little bit more fat in right before we put the rosemary in. We want the rosemary to infuse in that fat so it coats everything. And for the vinaigrette, really simple, kind of a play on honey mustard, except we're using a bunch of different kinds of mustard. We have dry hot mustard. We have some whole grain mustard that we make in a restaurant. That's basically just a mix of mustard seeds and elderflower and champagne vinegar. So it's a little bit sweet and sour. And then we have some straight Dijon. And then lemon juice. And we're gonna whisk in some olive oil. So
gotcha.
Essentially that's our vinaigrette. It's creamy. And then we have our Brussels, which again, the butter is starting to melt. We have some fat all around them. And we're going to add our rosemary in.
Gorgeous.
So toss them around and we are ready to go.
Yeah, you put a little of the dressing on the bottom. Beautiful.
Yep. This is, I mean, you could put it on top. You can mix it all together. But the thing I like about this is sort of that it's the surprise at the bottom of the plate.
Right. It's sitting in a puddle of delicious. Yes.
Yep. So this is pickled red onions, and pickled red chilies. So you get a little bit of heat. Again, if you didn't want heat, if you don't like spice, you could certainly stay away from that.